Hey guys, welcome to Black United. Welcome to another video. And right now it's time to discuss a situation that is gonna be very interesting to discuss now that we're in international break. And that is who should be Barcelona's next manager. Or at least it's gonna be more like give my opinion. Not probably saying who should be the Barcelona next manager, because I said it already. For me, in terms of the conditions that the coach already has proven for Barcelona and the availability, it is Luis Enrique. But we're gonna analyze the coaches that have been touted with the Barcelona job, and just see my opinion on them, on whether they would be a good idea or not. Not saying one would be better than the other, but just give my opinion on how it would work, how do I think it would evolve, and let's go ahead with it. Let's start by the most popular rumor, probably, Marcelo Gallardo. I wanted to make a video specifically on Gallardo, but, I didn't get to it. It's not something I wanted to talk about pretty much because I don't approve of this signing. I think that he's a good manager for South American football, but you have to know that South American, and I understand, like, anyone that's from Argentina or South America might be crucifying me here, but I just think that there is a step to take from being a top manager in South America and then coaching in Europe. Like, there's a big step, and there's a reason that no country outside of Europe has won the World Cup since 2002. Like, all European countries are winning the World Cups, and that is for a perfect reason. That is that they have more structure. Europe has more structure, they have more organized players, and probably the players with more talent, you could arguably say, come from South America, from Argentina and from Brazil. But teams like Spain, Germany, Belgium, France, they're building the players to play in certain systems and developing them in a structured way where they can fit everywhere in the team, and that is something that's very beneficial. That's why I think that if Gallardo is to come to Europe, he probably wouldn't fit straight away into Barcelona. And actually, yes, he presses his team very high up the field, but is he gonna be able to do anything better than Ernesto Valverde? Like I believe it would be something very similar, because who has really been Gallardo in world football? Like, yes, being River Plate's best ever coach, and I don't want to disregard it, because the job that he's been doing with River Plate has been absolutely unbelievable, taking them out of their most darkest, probably one of their most darkest eras in world football, from falling into the second division to winning the Copa Libertadores and being their best ever coach. Right now, they are in the Copa Libertadores final against Flamengo in a couple weeks, and he's probably their best ever manager. But is that good enough for Barcelona? I believe that there are other coaches that have preparation in world football, and now you might be thinking, well, there's some other great managers that are not from Europe, like Pochettino, like Cholo Simeone, but those are coaches that grew up in Europe. Like, their philosophies were grown up in Europe. They've been, all their football has been from Europe. Like Pochettino with Atletico Madrid, with Lazio, Pochettino with he's been in the Premier League for a long time with Southampton, previously with Espanyol. He's been a long time with Tottenham Hotspur. Like, he's proving himself, and that's why I think that Marcelo Gallardo is just not capacitated to coach Barcelona, at least not at this point of his career. Maybe go into a lower league, maybe go into, like, I don't know, the Dutch league or like the Portuguese league. Try your luck there. Maybe like even into a lower side of the Primera División, of La Liga or maybe the Premier League, but like to a top job in world football, I don't think Gallardo is quite ready for something like that. At least that's my opinion on the topic. Then we had Ronald Koeman, probably the favorite. Like, if I had to say who gonna be Barcelona manager, like the next Barcelona manager, I would have to say it would be Ronald Koeman if I had to put my money in it, just because he has an exit clause to join Barcelona in the summer 2020 after the Euros. Very understandable. He's a club legend, scoring that fantastic goal in the Champions League final against Sampdoria that gave us our first Champions League title. An unbelievable legend, the Dutch center back. I have to say that he has never played football that I have to say that he's been world class. Like, he's played the football that his best team was probably his Southampton team, and it was good in what they did, but and I understand that they didn't have the proper tools to play like Barcelona and stuff like that. And yes, growing up with Cruyff doesn't mean necessarily that you should play like Cruyff, but you know, we have players to play a certain way, and I just don't believe Koeman would make us play that way specifically. We have a team that has a very specific philosophy, and just the way that he's been not using Donny van de Beek is for me a clear show. Like, honestly, that's something that it's been very weird to me that he's not been able to get the best out of Donny van de Beek. Like, honestly, the Dutch side has more potential to play better than what they're doing. They're playing pretty decent, but with the players they have, in my opinion, they should be playing better. Maybe they will play better in a couple months' time. But for the time being, I just need to see more from Ronald Koeman, at least with this Dutch team, before I can give him this Barcelona team, who are in a very delicate situation. We need to be very accurate with our next manager, because if we don't choose the right manager, we are, first of all, I think the next manager is Messi. It's gonna be like the next long-term manager that we have. It's gonna be Messi's last manager probably. So we need to be very accurate with what we're gonna do if we are to get the best out of Messi's last couple of years of his career. But transition from Ronald Koeman, let's go in with Xavi Hernandez. Xavi Hernandez has lost, I believe, something like 4 or 5 games in a row with Al Sadd, with his team, after being the Asian Cup champions. He's been doing, I think, an alright job. Like, he's learning his trade as manager. He's doing his thing. Him taking like the job straight away, by the way that he played football, I'm sure that he'll be a good manager. I hope that he is. My trust that Xavi eventually becomes what Guardiola never did, who should be the manager to be here at Barcelona for 10-20 years. That would be the best thing ever. And I would have a lot of illusion if I had Xavi Hernandez giving opportunities to Ricky Puig, Artur, Frenkie de Jong, if he was to make this team play with a lot of intensity. He's one of the players actually that I think that one of the coaches that could come in and tell the likes of Messi, the likes of Suarez, Busquets to, you know, hey, play with maximum level of intensity, train with maximum level of intensity, because, you know, I used to be your captain, now I'm your coach. And, you know, he would have the backing from the fans definitely if he decided to go that way. And I think that he could probably get the best of the squad. We could just at the moment of going for tactics, he is gonna be rival with some of Europe's best coaches, and he still has to prove a lot to himself. And I would like to see him maybe as a second, like, you know, as a assistant coach to a more experienced coach, or maybe as Barcelona B manager or something like that. I think taking that process would make it just so, because, you know, at the end of the day, if Xavi comes into Barcelona and he takes this project, what is he going to be taking? Because if he doesn't succeed, are we going to give him an opportunity after that? Is he going to be are we going to give him an opportunity? I'm not so sure about that. Like, I just don't want to waste a Xavi card just quite yet if we have other managers that we can burn through at least, or that we can utilize better at this moment in time. Then we have Luis Enrique. I already said enough about Luis Enrique. I think that he's an absolutely fantastic manager. I don't know if he's quite ready to return to world football. But yet again, you cannot ever get through a thing like he just got through this year. All my wishes are with him. I don't know if he's gonna be coming back to Barcelona or to any job. But if he's ready, if he feels that he's ready to come into the world, into being a manager, into coaching team, then I think that he's actually the best fit for us. He knows the club, he knows the way that we play. He would come with full backing from the fans, I believe. I think that some people didn't like him, especially the press, like the Barcelona press, Sport, Mundo Deportivo. They were never his biggest fans, but at this moment in time, with the way that Valverde is not very like the Barcelona, then Luis Enrique will get a lot more backing, knows the players, knows how to get the best out of those players, and he's gonna come here to make them train at 100%, and that's especially one of the things that we need right now. A coach that's gonna be able to push those players to the limit of their ability. And last but not least, the last favorite candidate to join Barcelona as the next head manager is Erik ten Hag. And this is coming every day more unlikely, I think. I just feel that he's going to be joining Bayern Munich at the end of the season. They're probably going to have this interim coach. Either going to be like Flick, the guy is Darius right now, or someone else. But I believe that Erik ten Hag will be becoming Bayern Munich manager during this next summer for next season. But he would fit Barcelona to a T. It would be great. He would get the best of Frankie de Jong, probably of Arthur too. He would, with Messi, we'll see probably an improved version of Ajax, but probably not the same way that you expect it to. Yes, Messi will be playing as a false 9. Griezmann will be probably acting as Ziyech. Dembele will be acting as Neres. And then you have other players doing some other similar roles to his Ajax team. And changing to a 4-2-3-1, it's not a big deal. I'd rather us play with a 4-3, but as long as we're playing well, as long as you're playing good football, I don't care what formation we use. We can use 3-4-3, 3-5-2, 4-3-3, 4-4-2. As long as we're playing the way that we're supposed to be playing, the formation is the least important thing. He's a fantastic manager. He's shown his work with Ajax has been great. He's right now challenging a really tough group with Valencia, with Lille, with Chelsea, and he's proving that he can challenge. He was literally obliterated with the likes of Frankie de Jong and Matthijs de Ligt, not being able to replace them to the full of their ability, and he's still challenging for all trophies. He's doing a great job in the Eredivisie. He's been able to get a lot of opportunity promise. I would like to see more of David Neres. I believe that he will become more prominent in the group, in the knockout stages of the Champions League, if they do manage to get through to that tough group that they have in Group H. But that's basically it. Whether he joins Bayern, Barcelona, it will be a great manager. I think it's more likely the day passes because it will be a great opportunity to be able to coach that Bayern team that is, it's a very non-toxic Bayern at the moment. You don't have those big pieces like Ribery, like Robin, that were the club that could cause problems because they were not at the best level physically and wanted to play a lot of minutes. No, you have every player that's willing to commit. You have a young team with Kimmich, Koeman, Gnabry, a fantastic game from Lewandowski, who, by the way, I'm gonna have to make a video about Lewandowski because he's on fire. It is unreal that level that Lewandowski's been for the past year. Actually, the last season was great. The start of the season has been unreal. He's probably been the best player this season. If I had to rate someone as the best player of the season so far, it'll be Robert Lewandowski for sure. But anyways, with all said and done, leave me your opinions of these Barcelona candidate coaches. Who do you think will get the job? Do you think Valverde will last the season? And who do you think give me other names that you think should be Barcelona manager during the season, at the end of the season, for the future. Leave me all your opinions in the comment section below. Comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you next one. Blaugranas.